Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the triumphant return of Onion Breath Radio Theater. We've been off the air for a couple weeks, but we're back. We're at a new time. And we have for you today is the River West 24. We're doing a double feature. First, we are closing out Dreadful. And then we're starting in with a new one. We've got, what is this called again?
This is going to be Charlie and Marie.
Charlie and Marie, yeah. Two reporters coming in to cover the River West 24, so stay tuned for that. But first, to Dreadful. We have, who's reading what?
Tonight we have Brody playing Countess Elizabeth Bathory. We have Morgan, last name entered here, playing Kathleen. We have Greg Ryan. He will be playing Dimitri. We have Andrew Parchman playing a most devious Tristan. We have the young man standing next to me, who I can't remember his name, and Austin Campbell. He'll be playing Gerald. We also have Michael Kiley coming back to us for another Dreadful episode. He will be portraying Darius, and we also have Josh Bryan playing Thomas Tuck, and I myself, I am the author of this cacophony, as well as I will be playing Gretchen. So here we go.
Who would have thought a steamy story about a girl and her devil would be so easy to sell?
You'd be surprised what a little scandal can do.
Well, I suppose it is a attention grabber.
To say the very least.
I hope my next one is full of scandals.
You're
Scandals.
not thinking of besmirching the name of the queen, are you?
No, of course not. I do not fancy it any of the stops.
Good. You scared me for a moment.
I came to plead, and I plead with fear.
As I do.
What will it be about?
Mass murder and a prince in love,
Based on reality.
based in rumor.
Can you have it ready by the end of the week?
With the inspiration flowing through my veins, I could have it ready for you by the end of the day.
You're quite confident, Thomas. Misplaced confidence, I'm afraid.
Until Friday, then?
Friday.
You're going to finish it in a day, even without Rosie here to write it down.
I am going to try.
Very well. Take up your pen. Let's have at it.
What? No harsh words, Darius?
You dare to say my name aloud.
I don't fear your name the way I did. It is best to know your enemy.
Enemy? Perhaps to your task, Thomas. I want to see you fail.
You will be disappointed.
Your self-doubt never disappoints me.
Indeed. I can do this, and I will do this.
That, like all things, remains to be seen.
Blood Countess by Thomas Tuck.
You see? Finished before you can even begin.
Oh, I don't know how to start it. Bloody hell.
You have never been one for exposition. Jump right in.
Encouragement, Darius. You surprise me.
I am, like yourself, full of surprises. Come, child, to the paper. Come on.
I can't do it. I'll fail without Rosie to write it down. Go on, laugh at me, demon.
When you were younger, I was your friend, an ally. How do you expect me to laugh at you now?
Because you want to, and I can feel it.
You're wrong. At this moment, I wish to help you.
Help me.
Yes. Let me tell you a story. Write down what I say.
No,
Why not?
I have accepted your help in the past, and it came with a high price.
No price this time, just aid from a long-forgotten friend.
Very well. You know the tale of Countess Bathory?
Quite well. I was there.
Indeed.
You don't believe me?
Should I?
Yes.
Tell your story. My pen is ready.
Mate, do you ease. Write quickly. I will not repeat myself.
Begin.
You may have heard of Elizabeth Bathory, the great Hungarian countess with a taste for the darker things in life. She lived as a widow for many long years, caring for her late husband's estate. Although she wore the black of mourning, she did not grieve for the old man who stole her innocence at 14. He had gone for 5 years, but in those years she shed no tears. Her mother taught her early in life that tears were weak. Since the age of 6, she never wept. Elizabeth bore a striking resemblance to her mother, whose beauty was known far and wide. They were closer than many mothers and daughters of the time, and when Elsa died, Elizabeth was shattered. She found that when she looked into her hand mirror, she could see her mother's face, and clung to that fact. After her husband's passing, she befriended the prince of the land, Dmitri. His land falling into debt, he was desperate for the wealth her name could supply his people, and after knowing her only a short time, he agreed to marry her. He cared for her as a friend, but put off the wedding for 3 years, having fallen in love with Elizabeth's handmaid, Catelyn.
Gretchen, you are my closest advisor. You must help me. Is there no other option?
I'm afraid not, sire. You are the last in your bloodline. If you do not wed the Countess Bathory, there is no hope for our country. We will fall into ruin.
We have been planning to wed for 3 years, but she has been slowly falling deeper into madness. Her devotion to her mother's memory is disturbing. I've never seen another living being behave in such a way.
Highness?
She carries her mother's mirror around wherever she goes, speaks to it. That mystic man of hers, Tristan, has her convinced that the Lady Bathory's spirit is trapped inside of it.
That is monstrous.
Yes, she may be beautiful, but it is nothing but a veil behind which hides a hag.
Surely she can't be all that bad. You've been acquainted for ages. Does that account for nothing?
Do not be fooled, Gretchen. She is a delightfully charming woman when she is not in the grip of her mother's memory or her mystic's trickery. But one cannot base a marriage on a fraction of a person's personality. I can't marry her.
Without the union, we will be bankrupt, and we will be at the mercy of whomever we can get to borrow us money.
I know that. The Bathorys have the estate worth staggering sums of money. The family as good as owns our little village, and who runs the family?
Elizabeth.
My banshee of a bride-to-be. Beautiful yet venomous. Powerful yet mad. Regal yet repulsive. She dotes on me, claims to love me, but I cannot claim the same. She is blinded by my crown and cannot see my grimace as I kiss her hand.
You're due at the Bathory estate this evening. Do you plan to call off the engagement?
Of course not. She would withdraw all funds and my people would starve.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of you.
If that was an attempt to be clever, you failed miserably.
Yes, Your Highness, I did. What do you intend to do?
Keep up the facade. I have no choice.
I see.
No other choice but to marry against my will. I have walked into a children's story.
Perhaps it will have a happy ending.
One can only hope. I must be to the house of Bathory by sundown. You are dismissed.
Good evening, my prince.
The estate does hold one jewel, Catelyn.
The prince rode unescorted to Elizabeth's home. The countess was in her dressing room chamber with Catelyn, who was devotedly braiding her long locks of chestnut hair. The servant had been employed by the Bathory family for as long as she could remember. The two had been girls together, sharing everything 2 young women of the same time could. However, when they came of age, their status caused them to grow apart. Catelyn still cared for the countess as a sister, but was forced to treat her with the respect due to her superior.
I should be worshipped like a queen, like the marble goddesses of old. Men should bow down in homage to me. Mother, I share your visions, and I share your wisdom. But why am I not adored as you once were?
But Countess, there isn't a soul in your household who wouldn't love and honor you.
That isn't enough. Look at me. A woman like me should have the masters at my feet. I should have my left hand kissed, and my right should hold supreme power. I should be a queen.
You will be, and soon. You're going to marry Prince Dimitri, and all the power and crown will be yours.
Yes, but I will still be ruling under his thumb, subservient to the boy king.
You will be our queen. What more could you ask for?
Sovereignty.
Countess!
Don't take that tone with me.
I'm sorry.
I'm allowed my dreams and my reveries.
Of course.
I only desire what is due to me.
What you have isn't enough for you?
No. My mother had real power. All I hold is property. I don't expect a servant to understand. I know more about governing than the prince. I should put my knowledge to work for me.
Going on about your power again, Countess Bathory.
My God, you nearly stopped my heart, you fiend.
Hush! Mind your tongue around my guest.
Yes, Countess.
You may go. Ah, Tristan, my dear. How are you this evening?
Troubled. Deeply troubled.
Why?
Things are moving into realms of the unknown, and I cannot see the conclusion to which they are to pan out.
Oh, dear. Are they concerning my future?
I'm afraid so.
Tell me everything, Tristan. You must.
According to the runes, your betrothal may lead to disaster.
Disaster?
Yes.
What sort of disaster?
I cannot be certain. I would need something from you to aid in my vision.
Anything you require. Just ask for it, and it will be yours.
I fear it may be a bit intrusive.
Intrusive?
Yes, Countess.
What is it?
I would need your tears. Tears of pure sorrow.
Tristan, no. Find another way.
It is unfortunately the only way.
If I allow you this, you must promise me something.
Anything.
Do not tell a soul that I have wept.
Of course not.
Mother would say that those who cry are those who are weak. I am not weak.
No, you are not.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the Highness is here.
Dimitri? Here already.
He must have been eager to see you.
Indeed. Show him in, Catalan.
Yes, Countess.
Perhaps you won't need those damnable tears after all.
Perhaps, Elizabeth. May I ask you a favor?
Yes.
Let me sit in on this meeting.
Why?
I have my reasons.
Very well. I will introduce you.
Prince Dimitri.
Ah, Your Highness. Good evening. How pleasant it is to see you.
Countess, you take my breath away.
No, Dimitri. Oh, how rude of me, Prince Dimitri. Prince Dimitri, I'd like to present Tristan Dutravy.
Sire.
Dutravy? A French name, isn't it?
Yes.
Where do your people hail from?
Everywhere.
You seem to be a man of few words.
I don't blather on if that's what you mean.
Forgive him. He just wanted for me to introduce you. Tristan is absolutely my oldest and dearest friend.
I say it is nice to finally put a face to the name. The Countess has told me a lot of fine things about you.
She is very kind.
I am afraid we were not expecting you until much later. dinner is not yet prepared.
There is no hurry for that.
Oh, and I'm not dressed to see you.
You look ravishing as always, Countess.
Elizabeth, please.
Of course.
What has brought you to me so early?
Gretchen brought to my attention the fact that we have been engaged for 3 years.
Oh, has it been that long?
Yes, and I hurried here to discuss and set a date for our nuptials.
Oh, Dmitri, the choice is yours.
I would like to have it done as soon as possible.
Of course.
The evening was celebratory, but Tristan was cautiously optimistic. He sensed something amiss with the prince and watched him closely, catching several lustful glances between him and Catelyn. As the evening came to a close, Tristan excused himself and Dmitri bid Elizabeth good night. Catelyn escorted Dmitri to his horse, and when they were alone in the courtyard, he pulled her into a passionate kiss, but she remained passive.
Catelyn, why are you so cold?
You're really going to marry her?
You knew that was inevitable.
Yes, but not so soon.
3 years is hardly soon.
Once you are wed, you will separate forever.
Nonsense. The Countess will bring you to the castle.
No, she will want to forget her powers. Her powerful life, she will forget me and so will you.
Not in 1,000 years would I forget you, my love.
You mean that?
With all my heart.
You will expect it to have an heir, and I can barely stand to see you kiss her. I can't cope with the thought of you in her bed.
Nor can I. We must be strong.
My strength will not hold out for the duration of your marriage.
I could have her killed.
Dmitri, no!
I am joking.
When you're married, I will go to a convent.
That would be a tragic waste.
What other choice do I have?
Run away with me.
What?
I will denounce my throne and we will steal away to some foreign place. I hear Thailand is wonderful this time of year.
You would do that?
For you, I would move mountains.
What about your people?
Damn them all. You are all that I care about. Will you come?
Yes, yes.
I will make the arrangements. The night before the wedding, when the Countess is cloistered, we will leave this place. I only regret that I won't be able to make you the queen that you deserve to be.
I don't care about titles. It's you I love.
I love you too.
They thought they were alone, but Tristan, cloaked in darkness, saw and heard everything. As Catelyn skipped to the servant's house on the grounds, Tristan approached her.
This is a dangerous game you're playing.
You scared me.
You don't know the danger you're walking into.
What are you talking about?
Running away with Dmitri, robbing the Countess of her love and title.
How do you...
I know many things.
You wouldn't tell her. No, you can't.
I would not risk putting myself in her vengeful path.
Thank you.
But be warned, if you keep up this deception, it will lead to your end.
I understand.
I hope you do.
Tristan had no intention of telling Elizabeth what he had seen, but would use the Countess's insecurities to his advantage. He wanted nothing more than to be the puppet master behind the weak would-be queen. He began his scheme by kidnapping and killing 3 young girls from the village and draining their blood. He then approached Elizabeth in her dressing room chamber.
Forgive me, but Elizabeth, you seem to have developed a few imperfections in your skin.
What?
And are these crow's feet developing in the corners of your eyes?
Well,
Oh.
no. No. This can't be. I'm too young. Mother, what is happening to me?
I dare say the prince won't like those in a bride.
God! No.
This may be the disaster I foresaw in your engagement.
It is. I should have let you have my tears, Tristan. Tristan, I am sorry to have doubted you. You must help me. Is there anything to be done about this?
I have a solution.
Tell me.
It is gruesome, but it will work.
Tell me.
In this bottle is the blood of a young woman. Put it on your blemishes, and the vitality in the blood will make you whole again.
That is disgusting.
It is your solution.
Give it to me. Yes. Yes. I can feel it.
You are.
I feel beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Thank you.
This ritual continued for months, claiming the lives of many, many young women. Elizabeth became addicted to the feeling of the warm blood on her skin and would partake in it twice daily. When the effects began to lessen, she resorted to taking blood directly from the girls who served her. Catelyn was spared at Tristan's request. He didn't want the girl harmed. He trusted her to leave the prince alone, and the pain that caused her would be enough. His trust was shattered one night when he overheard a whispered conversation through the estate door.
All is prepared. Tomorrow night, you and I will ride away from this place forever.
I cannot wait, my love.
No, this must end tonight.
He ran and brought Elizabeth to the door and opened it a bit just as Catelyn kissed the prince. He had to cover the countess's mouth to cover her scream of rage. Quiet. When Catelyn came through the door, they were waiting. Elizabeth slapped her hard across the face.
You lost Jezebel.
Elizabeth, I can explain. I love him.
Silence! Tristan, close the door.
As the door closed, Catelyn's blood ran cold. She knew her life was in danger. Having Catelyn at her mercy healed her wounded heart for a fraction of a second, but remembering the kiss caused a wicked sneer to dance across her face. She turned quickly to Tristan.
When we were small, you told me of an ancient ritual, a recipe for immortality.
Yes, I know of such a thing.
What is needed for this thing to be accomplished?
The blood of a virgin. All the blood.
No!
Perfect. We have one right here. Unless your prince has deflowered you.
No.
For the first... Oh.
For the first time, perhaps in history, sins of the flesh will have saved a life.
Bring her.
No, you demon.
Quiet, child. It won't be painful.
Don't lie to the girl. It will be painful. I would tear a scream so powerful from your throat that I suspect the walls would tremble. I will revel in the sound.
Countess, please. I don't mean to betray you. Who can say what governs people's hearts?
I don't care who governs hearts. I govern you. And you have betrayed me.
No, Elizabeth, I love you. I've loved you since an infant. I've served you faithfully my whole years.
Yes, years of service will not piece together the shattered beats of my heart.
How can you punish me for something I have no control over?
Oh, but you do have control. I have controlled my feelings for a very long time. In my status, I have to. And you have been with me such a long time to learn my tricks.
I can't help who I am.
Who are you? No. Who were you? You are dead to me.
Dead to the world.
Catelyn, be calm. Answer my questions. Are you my servant?
Yes.
Do you wish to live?
Yes.
Are you a woman?
Yes.
How long have you been a woman?
My whole entire life.
And how long have I been betrothed to the prince?
For 3 years.
How long have you been in love with him?
4 years.
Don't mumble.
5 years.
As long as I have. I see. Now that the truth is known, it is time to make things right. Tristan, bring her.
I warned you. Why didn't you heed my warning?
Please, don't let her hurt me.
Shh. Quiet. Be calm. She isn't going to hurt you. She's going to kill you.
No!
Catelyn's screams echoed through the estate as Tristan pulled her to the Countess's bloodletting room.
Silence her.
Tristan struck the terrified child on the back of the head, and her world went black. Outside the estate, Prince Dimitri was about to mount his horse when a scream rocked the still air around him.
That's Catelyn! Elizabeth's screams wouldn't be so feminine. She's in trouble. My Catelyn!
He raced towards the house again. When the servant girl regained herself, she was dangling from the ceiling, bound by the ankles. Below her was a large basin in the shape of a bathtub. In the tub was Elizabeth, clad only in a white gown. Tristan was standing beside them, holding a large blade. Catelyn tried to scream, but her voice was lost.
Dark powers allow the youth and beauty of this wretched harlot to pass to the Countess, where it will remain until her end of days.
You hear that, Mother? Our beauty will soon be eternal.
Are you ready?
Yes. Slice her throat.
No, Countess. Her life must be taken by your hand. And then you must cover every inch of your body with her blood. Take some internally if you can bear to swallow it.
Of course I can. Give me the blade. Goodbye, little usurper.
With that, the crazed Countess slit the girl's wrists. And the blood began to pour into the tub.
Help! Somebody help!
Abandon all hope.
Elizabeth pulled the blade across Catelyn's throat, silencing her forever. She collected the blood in her hands and covered her face with it.
Internally, Countess. Quickly before her heart stops.
She put it to her lips, on her wound in the servant's neck, and drew the warm liquid into her mouth. With all her strength, forced it down her throat.
Yes, Elizabeth. Good. You're fucked up.
Tristan doubled over in glee, his power over the powerful and sadistic Countess complete. It was at that moment that Dimitri stormed in and surveyed the horrific scene.
My God!
Elizabeth turned to him and smiled, showing him her blood-stained lips and teeth.
Dimitri, my darling, do you have a kiss for your betrothed?
The mortified prince retched onto the floor and staggered back.
Why, Elizabeth? Why have you done this?
I wanted to be forever beautiful. For you.
Who is that?
Someone I'm sure you know.
Tristan, hush. No one important. Just a servant.
Dimitri's blood ran cold as he recognized his love, who now hung lifeless from the ceiling.
Catelyn! Catelyn! Countess Bathory, you will hang for this.
A woman of her standing? Not likely.
She is a murderer, and you are her accomplice. I shall see both of you destroyed.
Shit, you shall have to catch me first.
The dark man then vanished into a cloud of acidic smoke that filled the room.
Tristan? Tristan, where are you? Come back, my friend. I need to finish the ritual.
She searched frantically for her mentor, but the smoke was too thick. Dimitri came up behind her and struck her unconscious with a blow to the head.
Oh! Is that where the story ends?
Almost. Elizabeth Bathory was brought to the trial and found guilty of the murder of not only Catelyn, but 45 other village girls who were more beautiful than she.
Hideous woman.
Yes, Tristan was correct. Due to her high standing, the Countess would not be executed, but walled in with the walls of her dressing room. The chamber measured 5 feet by 4 feet. The only mercy she was granted was her mother's mirror. She would be allowed to keep it in her prison, a gift from Dimitri to the woman he once called friend. It is said, by the guards who stood watch and supplied her with food, that Elizabeth babbled on endlessly about her vanity.
They may have my freedom, but not my beauty. My beauty will live on forever. Forever, Mother. Tristan told me so. Forever. Forever. Forever.
After 4 years of imprisonment, Countess Bathory died, leaving behind a hideous legacy of pain, death, and blood.
Darius! Wow! Wow! This is even more gripping than the tale I planned to tell. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You will continue to help me with my publication?
Oh, yes. On one condition.
Anything, Darius.
Accept me as a friend and not a demon.
Oh, yes, my friend.
Excellent.
That was the conclusion to Dreadful, Episode 3. Yay! All you onion breathers. Now we are doing our special for the River West 24. This next one, stick around, everybody. We're gonna need your help for this.
This next one, we are literally flying by the seat of our pants. We have a script in our hands that's 7 pages long. However,
the ink is still drying.
It's still drying, and we are not finished. What we're bringing you now is a little ditty we're calling Charlie and Marie. It's about, well, you'll see what it's about. Again, this is written by actually both Josh Bryant and myself, Jackie Banka. I'll be portraying
She was
Marie.
getting lazy.
I can destroy you.
She works kind of hard, writing scripts for us weekly. Don't piss her off.
So,
holding my tongue.
And here we are. On Your Breath Radio Theater presents Charlie and Marie.
We were 15 miles outside of Milwaukee, on our way to the races, when the drugs began to take hold. I knew I had a job to do. Pictures of a bicycle race. Simple enough. A bike race that is going to go on for 24 fucking hours, sweet God. How could a tender, sweaty scrotum of a scruffy East Side athletic type handle that kind of abuse? Some things, once you see them, can never be erased. No matter how deep into a psychedelic freakout you may be, the sight of a chaffed, flaccid member climbing off a sticker-ridden trek bike is one of those things.
Charlie?
Fuck, the banshee in the seat beside me was awake. Grand. She decided it'd be a good idea to mix whiskey and Demerol, a witch's brew that knocked her out for most of the whole journey from Eau Claire. I was thankful for that. To listen to my sister blather for a 6-hour drive would have caused the Corolla I was controlling to run itself off the road and give the nearest oak a bear hug.
I can taste color.
The vehicle had always been a bit of a hippie. The car, I mean. A fact I've resented about this horseless carriage for a long time, but I digress.
Charlie?
The fuck do you want, woman?
Where are we?
We're in the car.
Oh, brilliant, Charlie. How long till we make it to the races?
How fast are you going to drive?
What do you mean?
I just popped some orange sunshine. It's your turn to drive.
Oh, Christ, Charlie, pull over. I want to make it to River West. They've got some great bars there.
Christ, that's all I need. My baby sister flaunting her wares around town like a 2-bit floozy at a Woodstock.
Just pull over. We've got to get to the race in one piece.
By the time I stepped onto the pavement, my legs turned into Cthulhu-like tentacles that slithered across the hood of the car, dragging me helpless torsos through the passenger side of the window.
The door's unlocked, Charlie.
Bullshit. The tentacles failed me, and I was caught in a tangle of web with the seatbelt and buckles.
Better get in quick. We're off in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, what? No, God, Lord, the car took off.
Hey, what are you doing?
Assholes, this is a race!
I was catapulted into the dash of the stars, and I saw quickly morphed into the faces of childhood friends who ruthlessly mocked my mother's weight in the most cruel fashion.
I warned you.
Ouch!
Oh, come on!
What are you doing?
You did not, devil woman.
Do we have any more whiskey?
Christ, that's all I need. More hooch. Why'd I bring you on this trip anyway?
You need me to change the camera lenses. You couldn't take the cap off without hurting yourself.
Ow.
See?
Point well made. I often wondered what life would be like without this female who I'd shared a whim with. That life was dark and scary, but had far fewer bar fights.
Oh, there's the exit. We'll be there soon. Are you ready?
Ready. Wait, but fuck God, this car is melting. It won't be long before we drown. Go, go!
You want me to drive faster? Done.
We tore off, passing other horseless carriages in a blur. If we didn't make it to the city, the street would be set ablaze. All went silent in my world after a moment.
Charlie! Charlie! Wake up! We're here. We gotta get to work.
What? Wait, what? Here? What? Here.
Yeah.
Was a less than pleasant park in Milwaukee that law-abiding citizens would avoid at night. My tentacles reformed into legs, and I got out to take a look around to see if fucking spandex and helmets assaulted my vision. This is going to be some fucking race, I thought.
This is gonna be some race.
My thoughts exactly.
Huh?
Marie had managed to park right next to the starting line. We were
Hey,
late.
watch it.
The racers were lined up, waiting to begin. All the male cyclists wore the same expression as if they were offering a silent prayer to the safety of their testicles. All the female racers were looking at their testicles. A wise move. I heard my camera clicking away at my feet. Fuck is that? Mary had laid on the ground to shoot the wheels of these medieval transports.
You have no idea how much I want a deck of cards right now.
What? Why?
Spokes. Spokes. So many spokes. Can you imagine the sound?
Get the fuck up off the floor, woman.
Spokes.
That's my sister for you. Always finding humor in the darkest of times.
They're due to start at any moment. I'm excited.
It was at that moment I had a truly terrible thought. I knew the bikers would ignore it, but I had to try it. I was overcome. I drew in a great breath and I shouted, "On your mark! Get set! Go!" Chaos, panic, the race begun. Some were off pedaling with all their might. Others who were unprepared crashed into the others. And there was twisted metal and screaming brakes roaring like a whipping beast. I knew I'd fucked up, but they were not going to ignore my shouts. Before I knew it, I felt 100 eyes on me, all filled with rage and bloodlust, all armed with broken bicycle tires and bike locks. I had walked into the lion's den and they were barking at me. Son of a bitch, we're doomed!
Charlie, run. Run now. Don't stop. I'll be right behind you. If you stay here, they will kill you.
Your assessment of the situation is keen as always. We took off running. We came off to the Corolla. Well, what became of it, I never know. But I do know that the next year's race, security at the starting line will be much tighter, and we will not be invited.
What possessed you to do that?
I gave her the most honest answer my flight fatigue mind could muster. I have no clue. That ought to appease her.
You were lucky I got the pictures I did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting paid, you loathsome jackass.
I could tell she was mad. Her insults had more than 2 syllables. If I did anything further to piss her off, she would wax poetic and we would never get out of this mess.
I say we just wait here, hide until tomorrow morning, and then just grab the car and go home.
Jesus, keep you here in this city until tomorrow?
Yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, it's a 24-hour bike race after all. There's bound to be some thing going on.
Son of a bitch, she was right. It will be messy. The only thing scarier than hundreds of pissed off cyclists calling for your blood is a 3 a.m. wake-up call from your sister calling for your help. Or something. How I had now to avoid that. But now I had to shake this horde of pursuing pedal pushers.
Ow, what the fuck?
Quiet, you.
Where are we?
The back door to the Falcon Bowl had been open, and I pulled us inside.
Great, now what are we gonna do in here?
I'm not sure. I searched for anything that would lead us to a salvation. A weapon, perhaps. Something to teach those bastards who was boss.
We need a disguise. Let's swap clothes.
Or we could do something that wasn't incredulous. It wouldn't get us arrested. We need to infiltrate the ranks. Yeah. Let's Trojan horse this Mongol horde.
Yes!
Damn, she's got nice tits.
Don't look at me like that!
It's true, I was eyeing her up like a starved man at the Golden Corral. And who could blame me? Our parents were Olympic gods. Yummy.
Give me the whiskey back.
There's still some left? You didn't drink it all yet, you lush? We slipped back onto the street. We were going to blend in. But we needed a bike. The only choices were 2 tricycles and a tandem bike. We took the obvious choice, the tandem. Now, if only we knew how to fucking ride it.
Get on and go? Just go?
It sounded
Pedal?
so simple. But once we go on, we had to become 2 drunken apes performing brain surgery on this malformed hunk of metal. This could only end in tears. My tears. And I don't sexy cry. A few of those biking marauders' contraptions don't even look like proper bicycles. Tall ones, long ones. 1 hand, 3 fucking wheels. Jesus. This tandem thing is hard to pedal. Are you even pedaling?
Oh, wow, look at that. Duck your head.
She wasn't pedaling, but she was taking pictures. We might just get a paycheck this time.
Oh, go faster. Catch up with that girl on the Cape. She looks awesome.
This doesn't surprise me. My whore of a sister is always fast to flitch on physical labor. But if this would be the last time she would throw me under the bus for some cunt in a cape, then I couldn't be happier. Give me the Colombian running powder. I'll get us up to speed.
Here you go. Now hurry up.
Now hang on to something.
And now for me. Shit. Slow down. We're gonna fucking die. Slow down.
Why isn't this stuff legal? We wouldn't need cars, and production from the plebeians would go through the roof. Now, instead of bikers whizzing past us, we were whizzing past them. And all I could hear was what I could only presume to be the compliments from my comrade cyclists, and my sister yelling something.
Jackass!
Fucking my baby! Ah!
Oh my god! Look at him go! Oh my god! Ah! Slow down, you fiend! We're gonna pass her.
Fuck yeah, we're passing everybody now.
There's no one else behind the car. Go.
This is a race, right? That means we can win it, yeah?
We could win it. Do you think we can keep this up for the next 24 hours?
I don't know. How many passed already?
Everyone, faster! Go.
What are all these red and blue lights? Are they celebrating?
Did we go on? Oh, ludicrous speed. Go!
The cyclists turn to cows. The streets turn to corn. Where the fuck are we? This doesn't look like River West anymore.
Charlie, stop the bike.
What?
We've made it back to Eau Claire.
Son of a bitch!
Damn it! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first installment of Charlie and Marie. Tune in next week for more harebrained schemes and a lot more alcohol and a lot more drug abuse. Thank you very much. This has been Onion Breath Radio Theater.